Yeah. Let's talk for a moment now about energy and life. You may have never considered this before, but there is a huge difference between energy and life. If you got into discussion with most people, including probably most Shambra, they would think that life is energy, and it's not. It's not at all. Energy is not even life force. You know, a lot of people talk about life force energy. There's no such thing. There's no prana flowing all over. There's energy that's sitting right here, unactivated, doing nothing. And it's not intelligent, it has no agenda, and it doesn't move you. You move it. People think in terms of energy, it's in the air. No, that's oxygen. It's not energy. There is this misconception that energy is life, and it's not. And that's when things are boring, is when you think energy is life. And that's when things control your life because you're relying on energy. You're addicted to energy. Energy is totally different than life. People think that that life, for instance, is having money. No, that's energy. That's just energy. They think that, for instance, music, that music is life. No, music is just energy. Can we put on some music? First track, I guess, of the music you played before going on air, Calder's telling me. So let's listen to this for a moment to help make the example. And with this music that's going to play, it's just energy. You know, I have said now that energy is just a communication. A communication, it's all it is. Whether it's communicating as music, or it's communicating as light, or it's communicating as money, it's just communication, all of it. And nothing happens with that energy, which is just communication, until you're present, until there is consciousness. Nothing. That's life. When consciousness meets energy, when consciousness allows, when it is present, I am here. Suddenly the energy starts moving and we have life. Thank you for the music. That was energy. That's not life. People mistake life as having a lot of energy. It's not. It's not. Energy is just energy. And this is a very simple but very, very important point in your coming as a master, to realize that there is energy here. It's not group energy. It's not prana. You know, I understand what they mean when they talk about prana, but, you know, prana, life force energy, but it would have one believe there's something out there that they want or need, and they're trying to get it in here to make themselves happier or better or whatever, healthier. There's not. I've looked, I've checked, I've asked all over the universe, have you seen prana? Have you seen prana? Of course, when I went to the New Age ashram, oh yes, there's prana all over. But there's not. There's really not. There is, never again. Never again. Energy is everywhere, and it's yours. It's not hers, it's yours. This is so important to understand. It is your energy. It's not out there. It's not in the air. It's not coming from another galaxy. It's right here. It's not to share with her either. Never, never. Never share your energy. Another t-shirt. We need to get a lease over here. Never share your energy. And I know that sounds terrible because people like are always giving their energy away. Why would you? And you can't. You cannot give her your energy. You can inspire her to use her own energy just by being present, your glow, your potential. But you can never give her yours, and you can never really take hers. You can pretend to, but that's another story. Energy is everywhere, and it's yours. It's waiting for you. It's just waiting. It's just in a holding pattern with no agenda, no intelligence. It's in service to you. When you are present, when you have said, I am going to be my life, in my life, of my life, creator of my life, when you are that committed and you have that much passion for being here, suddenly your energy comes to life. It creates take that back. The energy now is in service to you, and it will facilitate your creation in the life that you dream and choose. Period. Never again mistake energy for life. Life is when you are present, when you're no longer dreary, when you're no longer wandering in that endless search for some sort of meaning to life, when you are no longer boring, when you choose to be in your creation. It sounds pretty obvious to choose to be in your creation, but most people don't. A, they don't acknowledge this is my creation. B, they do not understand energy. They are still working for it rather than letting it work for them. And most people are not fully present, meaning conscious. I am that I am. I am here because I've chosen to be. Boom, the energies change now. Your energies change. They immediately go into service to help create the experience within your creation. It's that simple. Let's take a good deep breath with that. It's that simple. Yeah. Energy is not life. Energy supports the life experience. Again, a very simple point, and some of you are going, well, yeah, that's kind of obvious, but now, would you live it? Would you live it? And that means getting out of the gray, dreary, coming back to a real passion. Not the old human passion, but the real passion is I create, I experience. That's it. I create my creations, and I can do it while I'm in mass consciousness. My creations, and I can then experience them. You'll stop wondering, well, how come nothing ever works out for me, and I want to be abundant, but I'm not, because you still are equating energy and life, putting them as the same thing. You're still thinking that energy is life. It's not. You are the life. Allow energy now to support your creations. Good. Good deep breath with that. Good deep breath. Yeah, I feel some questions on that, but I'm not going to answer them. No, because I don't want it to go mental. And it's very simple. Energy is not life. They're two separate things. Life occurs when consciousness is present. Energy then goes to work for you, and you have what you now call life. Life doesn't have to be in a physical body. By the way, that physical body is not life. You say, well, no, I'm alive. But your physical body is not life. It is energy. It's all. It's energy in the form of a body. And then you think, well, okay, it's my thoughts, the thoughts that are going through my mind. That's life. No, actually, it's just energy. Your mind is nothing other than an energy incubator. And it creates thoughts. It's constantly churning out thoughts, but that's not life. Being in your thoughts is not life. You're just adrift in energy when you're in your thoughts. Make sense? Everybody's got that big WTF look. What did he just say? I said, enjoy life, okay? Stop being so dreary.